The Punch-Out series is known for its diverse cast of iconic characters. Each represent a different country with their own unique fighting style, personality, and of course, the stereotypes.
I like raw fish.
However, some of these characters haven't quite aged well over time. Over the years, Nintendo has hit several Punch-Out boxers with name changes and even redesigns to avoid potential controversy, dodge lawsuits, or overall just sound a little less
racist.
From brand disputes to full-on identity crisis, let's step into the ring and break down every character's rebrand in Punch-Out history. The most famous change was by far Mike Tyson's replacement. When Mike Tyson's Punch-Out released in 1987 for NES, Tyson was one of the biggest names in boxing, so Nintendo locked in an exclusive deal to use his likeness for the final boss. But when that contract expired in 1990, Tyson was no longer the champ, and let's just say his career took some not-so-Nintendo-friendly turns. So, the game was re-released, and Tyson was replaced by a generic white male named Mr. Dream. Okay, hear me out. I think this Mr. Dream guy gets a little too much hate for what it is. Obviously, versing the Mike Tyson is way more iconic and exciting, but what was Nintendo supposed to do? Renew the contract indefinitely, or just remove the Dream fight entirely? The biggest complaint I see about Mr. Dream is his lack of personality and how he's literally just a palette swap of Tyson with the exact same moves. Well, yeah, what were they supposed to do? Develop a whole new fight? Given the circumstances, I think Nintendo did the best they could. Sure, Mr. Dream isn't very memorable as a character, but the fight itself is, whether it's Tyson or not. Next up, Piston Honda, or should I say Piston Hondo. His name was originally a play on the famous car company, but by the time 2009's Punch-Out Wii rolled around, Nintendo decided to rename it to Hondo, playing it safe to avoid any potential legal issues. I've always found this change unnecessary, as the Street Fighter series seems to have no issues with E-Honda to this day, but I digress. Piston Hondo is still the same character, which can't be said for this next case. In 1984's arcade Punch-Out, there was a fighter named Kid Quick, who never appeared in a future entry again. Or did he? Punch-Out Wii introduced a brand new boxer named Disco Kid, and he shares some similarities with Kid Quick. Sure, they look nothing alike, but they're both from Brooklyn, New York, and weigh 210 pounds. Additionally, Disco Kid's name in the files is listed as Kid Quick, and Doc Lewis even says this to Little Mac.
Whoa, son! This kid is quick!
Say that again?
And the most damning evidence of all, a recent interview with a Next Level Games developer confirms speculation by saying, previous characters like Kid Quick were cut due to their dated representation, and instead replaced with more modern, original characters like Disco Kid. So that confirms it. Disco Kid was originally intended to be Kid Quick, but eventually ended up being a much needed new character for the franchise. Back in the 80s, the world was a different place, and therefore Nintendo wasn't as afraid to lean into some good old stereotypes. The arcade version of Super Punch-Out featured a Russian fighter by the name of Vodka Drunkinsky. I'm sorry, that's fucking hilarious. Rather than scrapping the character entirely, in future entries he sobered up and changed to Soda Popinski, but still retained plenty of dialogue in the NES version suggesting otherwise.
Pizza pasta!
Pizza Pasta. Yes, that was his real name. Pizza Pasta from Italy. You can't make this shit up. In the case of Pizza, he never appeared in another game again. Gee, I wonder why. But they did end up attempting another fighter from Italy in 1994 Super Punch-Out named Mad Clown. I think it's safe to say that we'll never see Mr. Pasta again, unless he gets a name change. So there you have it. Every time a Punch-Out character went through a simple name change or a full-on identity crisis, whether it was legal trouble, cultural sensitivity, or just straight up
Racism.
Nintendo had to make these tweaks to play it safe. If we do get a new game, I wonder how toned down the stereotypes will be this time around, if there's any at all. Be sure to subscribe for more Nintendo content in the near future. Thanks for watching.